Hello everyone, and welcome to Geopolitical Trends, where truth matters. Will 2025 be any different from 2024? Or are we going to witness the same trends in different settings? As we turn the page on 2024, the geopolitical landscape for 2025 is already coming into focus. The world is entering a more fragmented and multipolar era, shaped by rapidly changing power dynamics, emerging technologies, shifting alliances, and heightened competition for resources. Far from unfolding in a vacuum, these trends affect every corner of the globe, on new infrastructure projects in Africa and Asia to deepening ties among emerging economies in the BRICS bloc. Meanwhile, persistent questions about energy security, currency diversification, and artificial intelligence push the geopolitical fault line even further. In this analysis, I'm going to explore the critical global trends, regional hotspots, and macro forces that demand your attention in this year, along with implications for you, investors, businesses, and governments alike. But before I move forward, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I upload new content. And thank you very much for your support. I'm going to divide this analysis into 9 key points. Number 1, a shifting multipolar world, the rise of multiple power centers. For much of the post-Cold War era, the United States has been the central pole in global affairs. Now, the center of gravity is dispersing. A more multipolar world is crystallizing around several major power centers, including China, the United States, the European Union to a lesser degree, and increasingly emerging economies with BRICS. This realignment is dividing a wave of regional rivalries, new alliances, and competition over trade routes, technology standards, and geopolitical influence. Without this new setting comes new challenges for both businesses and investors alike. It includes A. Risk diversification. With no single country dominant, supply chains may become more complex and the potential for regional disruptions grows. B. Regulatory fragmentation. As each power center sets its own technology and trade rules, businesses must navigate divergent standards, risking higher compliance costs. 2. Energy, oil, and the evolving resource game. Despite the global push for renewable energy, oil and gas remain the bedrock of many economies. High energy demand continues, especially in developing markets such as Africa and Asia, while Western states attempt to manage transitions to cleaner technologies, but to no avail. Oil exporters in Middle East and Russia still wield a strong influence over energy prices, and the security of supply routes remains a strategic concern. It comes on the heels of Africa's rising role. Africa is poised to become a more prominent energy player moving forward. Major oil and gas finds off the coasts of Mozambique, Tanzania, and Mauritania highlights the continent's potential. At the same time, African nations seek to capitalize on solar, wind, and hydro to leapfrog into new energy paradigms. This interplay creates complex partnerships between African states and global investors as competition is getting tense given China's major economic presence in Africa. The implications for businesses and investors include A. Infrastructure boom. Countries in Africa and Asia need massive investments in pipelines, ports, and power grids, potentially lucrative for constructions, technology, and energy companies. B. Volatile energy prices. The tug of war between traditional fossil fuels and renewables can produce price swings, adding to geopolitical risks and uncertainty for major projects. Number 3, China's expanding global reach, infrastructure, technology, and beyond. China remains central to global developments in 2025, having built extensive infrastructure network through its Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. China is deepening its outreach in Africa, Latin America, and Asia. Although economic growth may be moderated compared to its peak years, China's influence spans multiple fronts. A. Infrastructure. From railways in East Africa to ports in Southeast Asia, China's financing of a large-scale project cements its soft power and ensures critical supply routes for its industries. B. Technology and AI. China continues to push boundaries in artificial intelligence, green energy tech, and advanced manufacturing, challenging Western tech dominance. And it's about time. Military footprints. Well, China's growing military presence, particularly in South China Sea and Indian Ocean, introduces a new strategic outlook. And yes, to the collective West, they see it as a concern. Naval developments and port projects offers Beijing greater reach, no different than what we did during or after World War II. Yet, Western analysts argue that China's expansion raises tension with neighboring like India and Japan. A flat lie, if I may add. Number 4, military conflict and regional flashpoints. The key geographical areas I focus my analysis on includes A. Asia Pacific. The Taiwan Strait, the South China Sea, and India-Pakistan borders remain critical flashpoints. Tensions could escalate rapidly if A. Foreign meddling in internal affairs of the region, B. Miscommunication, and C. Political pressures all will prompt military maneuvers. B. Middle East. Despite shifts in U.S. priorities, the region continues to see proxy conflicts, notably in Yemen and Syria, with outside powers jockeying for influence. C. Africa. From the Horn of Africa to the Sahel, state fragility and insurgent violence present ongoing risks. However, competition among foreign powers for Africa's resources can and will inflame local tensions. Implications for businesses and investors may include A. Operational risks. Companies must plan for potential disruptions to transport corridors, supply chains, and local markets. B. Resource access. Control over critical resources, be it oil, lithium, or rare earth minerals, can intensify or trigger regional conflicts, influencing commodity prices and investment decisions. Number 5, the European Union search for strategic autonomy. Oh yeah. Balancing internal and external pressures, the EU, European Union that is, faces multiple challenges in this year 2025. Transitioning to clean energy, managing migration issues, and bridging political divides among member states. A push for strategic autonomy from the US includes developing a European defense framework and securing technology independence. Yeah, a wishful thinking, if I may add. However, differences persist within the EU, particularly between the economically powerful core and the newer Eastern members. which highlight the dividing that exists from within the EU itself. Number 6, BRICS, the quest for a bigger global voice and expanding influence. Once primarily an economic grouping, BRICS now aspires to present a collective alternative to Western-led global institutions, and it's about right time. Joint ventures in finance, energy, and technology signals the bloc's ambitions. Some analysts believe that BRICS could reshape currency flows and trade, especially if members intensify de-dollarization efforts by promoting local currencies for cross-border transactions. However, I caution that some BRICS members could hinder this progress. BRICS nations have collectively boosted gold purchases recently, furthering speculations that gold could play a stronger role in future financial frameworks. At the same time, interest in digital currencies, be they Bitcoin or central bank digital currencies, challenges the dollar's preeminence. While the timeline for widespread adoption is uncertain, the direction is notable: a search for diversification away from the US dollar in both trade and reserves. The implications for businesses and investors include, for example, a new financial instruments, innovations in digital currencies, gold-backed trades, or local currency clearing systems could transform cross-border transactions and reduce currency risks. B. Strategic partnerships. Companies operating in BRICS markets might benefit from growing economic integration, assuming geopolitical tensions do not derail expansion plans. Number 7, gold, crypto, and Bitcoin in a multipolar currency world. What are we currently witnessing is the currency diversification acceleration. In a landscape dominated by geopolitical uncertainty, gold remains a stable store of value. Central banks in emerging markets, especially in the BRICS states, are amassing gold reserves as a hedge against currency volatility. Meanwhile, crypto assets, particularly Bitcoin, retain an allure for governments and citizens seeking alternative outside conventional financial systems. Governments, worldwide that is, are stepping up regulatory oversight of cryptocurrencies. Even the EU is finalizing proposals now to harmonize crypto regulations across member states. An Asian financial hub such as Singapore are imposing stricter licensing requirements. These varied approaches, in my opinion, contribute to a fragmented environment, forcing crypto-based companies and investors to adapt to different jurisdictions. One thing is sure, these are opportunities for diversification. Firms that incorporate gold or crypto hedges may better manage currency risks in a world no longer dominated by the US dollar alone. Number 8, AI technology and the new industrial revolution. The battle for technological leadership, artificial intelligence, and advanced manufacturing have become key fronts in the race for geopolitical influence. The US and China lead in AI research and development, but Europe, India, Japan, and others are also nurturing robust tech ecosystems, but remain far behind. Meanwhile, countries in Africa and Southeast Asia look to leapfrog outdated systems by embracing frontier tech, from drone-based agriculture to blockchain-based finance. This leads me to address Asia's infrastructure boom, which extends beyond roads and railroads. 5G rollout, data centers, and AI research hub are proliferating. Companies with expertise in semiconductors, cloud services, and AI algorithm stand to reap significant gains. However, be aware that the collective West is already pushing the narrative about cybersecurity risks as the potential for technology decoupling looms large as Western government restricts tech transfers to China and vice versa. Number 9, infrastructure and the Asian growth engine. As Asia cements its role as the world's fastest growing region, infrastructure spending has become a priority. In addition to China's BRI, Japan, India, and some other ASEAN countries are spearheading massive rail, port, and digital connectivity projects. These efforts aim to boost regional trade, facilitate efficient energy transport, and modernize local economies. Here is my conclusion for you. Navigating the complexities of 2025. The geopolitical landscape in 2025 is marked and will be marked by overlapping challenges and opportunities, from Africa's surging demand for energy and infrastructure to Asia's technological race, from the EU's quest for autonomy to the broadening influence of BRICS, and from crypto innovations to the continuing centrality of oil. Underlying all these dynamics is a world no longer content with the unipolar order, but still uncertain about the shape of the multipolar system that is emerging. For you, businesses and investors alike, the key lies in strategic agility, monitoring how macro forces such as military conflicts, AI advancements, and currency diversification intersect with local markets. Above all, understanding that these mega trends is essential for the decisions made now will shape the future of economic and geopolitical engagements long past 2025. If you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. As always, remember, geopolitics impacts your daily life in more ways than one. Thank you.